What's up guys, my name is Aman Bansil and this channel is always about getting the mindset and the knowledge you need to get ahead in life. And today, getting ahead in life means getting better health. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a product which I've been using for 5 years and I love this product. By the way, this is not a paid advertisement at all. No one has reached out to me. I'm just giving you this review because I just genuinely think this is a great product. All right guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about the WEIN VI-3500 Vortex. It's kind of a mouthful. Let me do it one more time. WEIN Vortex VI-3500 Room Ionic Air Purifier. This guy right here. What this product does is it purifies your air by taking out dust, pollen, allergens, viruses, odors, mold spores, and smoke. Better air is really good for your lungs and even great for your brain. And not to mention, if you have those seasonal allergies, this would be great for you. I'm also going to be sharing a scientific study that was done with negative ion generators and influenza virus. This was not tested against coronavirus, but it was tested against influenza virus, so I think it may actually affect it, but I'm not a licensed anything. I'm not a medical professional, so please do not take this at face value. So a little story, I moved to LA 5 years ago and right off the bat, I noticed that there was a lot of smog in the area. So what smog is, it's like tiny fine particles. They're super tiny and actually they're really hard to control. Once they get into your house, they're always kind of around. Well, smog particles are always kind of around in the LA area. It's just that people don't see them in front of their eyes, so they assume that they're not there. But definitely smog is always kind of lingering around if you're around the LA area. What I first started with was in-room air cleaners and they work okay. But what happens is those in-room air cleaners need to actually pump a lot of air through them all the time to clean out your air within the house. So that was kind of a no-go because you have to constantly buy new filters and you have to really have a very powerful air purifier to make it even worth your while. And actually, I do have a giant air purifier in the room called the IQ Air. I will be doing a review on this some other time. So when you plug this product in, this wand right here, it generates 3.4 trillion negative ions per second. Now imagine these negatively charged ions flooding your air and then spinning around and capturing all of the other particles that you don't want in your air. Okay, with 3.4 trillion ions per second, this little thing generating that many ions per second, it is going to push those out into the air in this like vortex formation. And what that does is all those little ions start to get attracted to other positive particles that are out there. So imagine like a mold spore or a pollen particle or a virus just kind of going around, waiting for your nostrils. All of a sudden, this negative ion comes in and it attaches itself to it. And then a bunch more attach. So what happens is this particle now altogether becomes heavier. When a particle becomes heavier, gravity takes over and it falls to the ground. And it may not fall to the ground, it may fall to your bed, it may fall to your desk, it may fall to your clothing, it may fall the back of your head, it may actually be lodged on the wall. That happens too. Actually, that happens quite often. This thing is constantly pushing out these negative ions and it's constantly pushing out any type of positive particles to the floor or to the walls. So what happens is you end up having to clean more often. You have to vacuum more often. You have to dust more often. You have to clean your walls. Yeah, I know you never clean your walls, but with negative ions, you kind of have to because over a long time, let's say 12 months, your walls will become a bit darker because all those little particles have attached themselves to the wall. By the way, there's no filters at all here to change. It's a tiny little device. Every 2 weeks or so, you have to take a damp cloth and you have to wipe the front of it. Something that you'll notice immediately when you put this on, well, not immediately, but it takes about an hour. After about an hour, you'll smell the room to be very nice smelling, okay? And over time, you'll sort of lose track of this feeling. You won't remember what the old room smelled like. Well, if you didn't have it on, you will definitely get the smell in the room, which is like, oh, it's like this old room smell. It came back. Well, that's what you're keeping away. All this weird old musky smell just goes away because of this device. You know, nature does the same thing. When it rains, for example, trillions and trillions and trillions of negative ions flush our atmosphere. So it clears up the air. So here's what they said in the 2015 study that was done. By the use of a modified ionizer device, we describe effective prevention of airborne transmitted influenza. They were able to effectively prevent the airborne transmission of influenza A. The ionizer prevented 100% or 4 out of 4 of the guinea pigs from being infected. It looks like the device also captured other viruses too and kept them from transmitting. One of the things that I can tell you about this product is that it does generate static electricity. So if you put it near a metal fan or a metal table, for example, you can hear like clicking sound sometimes, and that's your metal table discharging. Okay, so what you want to do is you don't want to put this near electronic devices. So I would keep it away from electronic devices. I would keep it away from walls, because if it's right up against the wall, then that's not going to be good because it's going to be attracting a lot of dirt right next to that wall. So you want to make sure that it's a little bit away from the wall, say about 4 feet, 5 feet. That'll make sure that this is not like concentrating all the black marks on your walls in one area. And I know that is unfortunate that your wall gets like a little bit darker over time, but think about it. All those things that are on the wall, making the wall darker, are in your air. That's not good. Like, you don't want to have that air hanging around. So the best thing to do is to actually get rid of it by using these. And people with allergies, this is great. You can actually turn these things on, and then allergies get way easier to deal with. They even make a portable version, which is rechargeable. I believe it's like $150, but those portable devices are really helpful for people who have severe allergies. So guys, in terms of the kind of room that this would work in, I would only go up to about 800 square feet. And that's probably about the range you want to go. After that, you want to have multiple of these. So guys, what I've noticed is that over 4 to 6 months, this front area right here will actually start to collect a little bit of fibers. So what you do is you take a little bit of fire just around it. You know, you can go to your range oven or something. You just like put into the fire for like a second, and that'll burn off whatever was on top of this thing, and you can get this to be new again. What happens if you leave it like that is that it starts to make noises, and then they just get more and more annoying, because the noises are like these like white noise kind of noise. And a lot of people think that this is how this thing works, but no, you can do something about it. You can just literally apply fire to this area, very little bit of fire. I'm not saying go actually make it hot, just a little bit of fire to burn those things off. And you gotta do that every now and then to just kind of keep this thing going. One of the biggest advantages of this unit specifically is that even though it has such a high negative ion rate, it actually does not produce any ozone, or the ozone it produces is so minute that you can't even detect it. That's a really good thing. An ozone is 3 particles of oxygen, O3, and that is really not good for you. O3 or ozone is used as a disinfectant. For example, let's say if you smoke inside a hotel, well, they'll charge you a cleaning fee, and the way they clean that room is by flooding it with ozone. But that is not healthy for human beings. And a lot of the negative ion generators actually produce a lot of ozone, which is not good. But I know this one produces almost no ozone, and that is really good. So this thing sells for about $130 to $170 online. You can also find it on sale on Amazon or on eBay. So their website also shows how when you turn on this ion purifier, it actually makes sure that the transmission of viruses within the air is drastically reduced. As you can see on the graphic, when the ion purifier is on, the amount of virus in the air goes down substantially versus naturally going down over time. Guys, with the coronavirus going around, you may have older parents or somebody that you want to protect, or yourself you want to protect. I think product like this is great because it requires almost no maintenance, and it's relatively cheap, and it's a great way to just improve your air quality indoors. All right, guys, like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and let me know what you think. See ya.